Hey, how's everybody doing? Man, I started laughing because YouTube has let me switch my phone this way, and now they want me to switch it back this way. So I'm gonna be doing videos on YouTube, even if people ain't watching. I kind of, I don't wish that I could have been on YouTube this long, because I see all the trouble that YouTube has as far as individual YouTubers arguing and fussing amongst each other to the point of fighting. But I do want to do this video real quickly. Okay, so I had a lady on Facebook come on, and she said, well, my mom doesn't believe. And I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at something in front of me. I'm always laughing at something. When I'm in the park, I'm always laughing at something in front of me. So don't think I'm laughing at what I'm saying. That her mom no longer believes in the rapture of the church. And my message to her, I just did a video on Facebook, and my message to her was, or not necessarily to her, but to anyone who has a family member who doesn't believe, that we need to keep the faith. We need to continue to believe that God is going to rescue his people out of the time of testing, that is going to rescue his people out of the time that is coming upon the whole world, to try the whole world. Okay, we are to make sure we continue to believe. The Bible says that make sure no one steals your reward. What does that reward mean? Well, in the book of Revelation, it talks about a reward for being ready for Christ's return, a reward for watching for Christ's return, a reward for being motivated that Christ is going to return. There is going to be a reward given specifically for preparing oneself for Christ's return. And what I talked about in that video was that the devil wants to confuse everyone. He wants to tell people that the rapture of the church is imminent. It can happen at any moment, which means it can happen next year, 4 years from here, 5 years from here, or next week, which makes people drop their guard. And I'm not talking about the guard of, oh, he's coming back. I'm talking about the guard of readiness. We're no longer ready when we think it can happen at any moment. Death can happen at any moment. And people aren't ready for death because people aren't being honest. People don't have insurance as far as spiritual insurance for death. They don't say, well, if I die, am I ready? No, people don't want to think about that. We don't want to think about death. The ultimate day when you die, that part on the tombstone will have your birthday, the little line in the middle, and that second date. We don't want to know that second date. We don't want to think about that. But death is imminent, even if you don't die today. Death has always been imminent. But the day of the Lord, Jesus Christ coming back for his church, is not imminent. It is a specific date, and the devil knows it. He says he knows his time is short. So what do you think he's going to do? He's going to confuse the foolish virgins to believe that his coming is imminent. He doesn't. The devil already know. The first time Jesus Christ came, the devil was confused because it was a mystery. The rapture would be a mystery, but through time, the devil kind of figured it out. He's put two and two together. The first four, Passover, unleavened bread, first fruit, and Pentecost, it was on Jesus' first coming, where, well, you're going to see trumpets, atonement, and tabernacles on the second coming. I see so much confusion in the Christian realm that people don't know if we should listen to Jesus or listen to Paul. Or he was talking to Jesus, or we were talking to the church, or he's talking to Paul. Listen, folks, Israel is not following God right now. They're looking for another Messiah. If you've seen the articles, if you've seen the rabbis say, oh, the Messiah is coming on the Feast of Trumpets. Why are they bringing that up for? The Feast of Trumpets. Why? Why is it that Israel's president or prime minister is trying to get peace agreements either done before Feast of Trumpets or at the same time as the Feast of Trumpets? Now, hear this out. The last trumpet is a sound for war. Now, this is just me right here. This is my flesh talking. Forgive me, please. I just want to say this because this is what I've been thinking about. I don't know if it's God or not. I'm going to play on this, but I just want to share something with y'all. The trumpet sound on the Feast of Trumpets, it is a sound for war. It is a long, extended trumpet sound. And a lot of Christians miss this. They also miss this. If you got a 2-day event with 48 hours and you're blowing trumpets through the whole procession of the 2-day event, because the Feast of Trumpets is a 2-day event, the last trumpet will be on the 2nd day. Are you trying to tell us the day and hour? Hold on. I'm not done yet. The twinkling of an eye is from one day to the next. So for Israel, fly keeps flying all the way around. You know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. For Israel, on the 19th, for us on the 20th, the last day for us. Just look at us for a minute. The twinkling of an eye is from one day to the next. It can happen anytime, and it's not like New Year's Day when they say 3, 2, 1. It's not like that. Whenever God feels like there's a dust where the sun just went down in the twinkling of an eye, he's going to come back and get the church. So when this happens, it is a timed event. Only reason why we don't know it is because it's been a mystery. We saw through the grass dimly. And it says in the last days, knowledge will increase. Man will go to and fro, and knowledge will increase. It says that the wise should understand, but the foolish can keep on being foolish. So at the end of time, the wise is going to say, oh, it's the Feast of Trumpets. And we see the day approaching. Oh, wow, here it comes. That's why imminence doesn't make any sense, because we make God a sloppy God, or just, let's just pull lots and see what day I'm coming back, angels. Pull lots. Okay, it's February 18th. Oh, that's my birthday. I'm just joking. So, in other words, this mother, this lady on Facebook, her mother stopped believing in the rapture. The only thing I can say for her is to pray for her mother. Pray for her mother, but you don't lose faith. And here's the deal. If you're drowning, you cannot jump in the water and save your family member. You could take a stick. If you can swim, you can do it. Take a stick or life raft. Jesus is the stick. Jesus is the life raft. And pull them out of the fire. But you don't jump in yourself with your emotions, because people are going to discourage you from believing what you should believe. Hence, do not let a man steal your reward. Because if I was the devil, I would turn people against the Feast of Trumpets. Because I want as many people to stay behind as I need to stay. I want to kill all of the Christians. I'm just saying if I was the devil. Kind of like, no, I'm not going to say that because they'll take the video down. It's kind of like when somebody murders a child. That's how I feel, you know. But that's how the devil will feel against us. So the devil would hate humans just as much as you would hate someone who would kill a child. So he wants to kill, steal, and destroy. So he wants to take it so Christians will no longer believe. They will not put 2 and 2 together. Passover, unleavened bread, first fruit, Pentecost. The church was formed on Pentecost. Therefore, the church will be taken out on the last trumpet. It says it in 1 Corinthians 15, verses 51 through 52. The last trumpet. What ties to the last trumpet? He's not talking about Revelations, because I don't even think Revelations was even written then. So what is he talking about? Well, the Feast of Trumpets have 100 trumpet blasts, and on the 100 trumpet blast, which is a loud trumpet blast, it is also a sounding for war. So this year, there's a possibility. Here's my flesh talking. You say, well, you say your flesh. Well, I'm just saying this. Okay, it could be God too, because I just thought of this before I left the house, and it could be God. It could just be me. But God is not going to, the devil is not going to give you a warning, so I know it ain't the devil. But listen, simultaneously as the rapture, it could be an invasion of Israel by Russia. I'm just saying this. I'm not saying it's going to happen, because it can be in a million combinations. And the trumpet sound, don't know if everybody's going to hear it or not, but the trumpet sound, maybe it's just the trumpet sound, maybe those trumpets that are on the Temple Mount that the president may approve are the sounding for war. And when he blows the trumpet, Russia's already invading. At 6:30 in the nighttime, I was watching, and I know y'all say, oh, this is a Left Behind worldly movie. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this. Some of those movies might have some prophetic kick to it when the people who are left behind start watching these movies. They say, ain't that the same time the rapture happened on the thief in the night? And when Russia was invading Israel, isn't 6:30? Wasn't it around 6:30 at night in Israel? Would you make it about 8:30 to 12:30 in America? Scratching your head make you want to, wow. From dusk to dawn, from one day to the next. Evening time in Israel is the next day. And these armies were coming in. I was just watching it last night. These armies were coming in at 6:30. I'm not saying the time. I'm just saying it's coincidence. Coincidency. Okay, well, anyway, I got to get out here and take I'm going to be doing videos all the time. Hopefully this phone straightens up. So I'm going to be doing videos all the time, trying to finish out. I pray to God he comes back this year. This is ridiculous. God is dealing with me about being upset about every time I leave the house. I'm just upset when I see people walking around with these masks on. I just think of the tribulation period. I think of the mark of the beast. I think of people falling in love with the Antichrist and, oh, who is like the beast? Who can make war with him? You know, and just loving on him like a big teddy bear. Yeah, I see that. I can see that, folks. I really do. Anyway, God bless everybody out there, and like I said, I'm gonna keep doing videos until Jesus comes or I die. All right, see y'all later. God bless.